So chainmail may be the absolute best tool for cleaning all different types of cookware, but lots of people tell me that you can't use it on enameled cast iron. I disagree. Hi, I'm Jed, this is Cook Culture. So I've made a heap of videos here on YouTube, and I've talked about all different types of things when it comes to cast iron, carbon steel, using all different types of cookware. But the one thing that seems to get under people's skin more than anything that I do is when I advocate for using chainmail on enameled cast iron. This is something in which cast iron companies, enamel cast iron companies say that you shouldn't do, is use metal on their cookware, which I totally understand, and I am not advocating for using metal tools or actually anything abrasive. See, my argument is that chainmail is one of the most delicate, softest, yet toughest things that you can use on cookware. So when you actually know what chainmail is, and you've actually used it, and you've used it on enamel, you'll actually come to understand that it is actually very, very, very soft on enamel, and it works incredibly well. So it isn't as abrasive. And in this video, I'm going to argue that it's less abrasive than using what a lot of people would say would be totally fine tools for using on enameled cookware. So this is a tough one. I can't get you to feel chainmail through the video. Right? This doesn't have a taste of vision and a touch of vision yet. So I need you to understand what this feels like. So I was trying to understand, like, how do I do this? So one thing that you can do is on your skin. You can feel this. But if I was to do this on my skin and take chainmail or any of the other tools that I have here, how would this feel on my skin? I think that's a little bit biased. Maybe if I'm doing it, I'm trying to convince you that chainmail is less abrasive than anything else. So I have an innocent bystander who really doesn't know anything about what I'm doing here, and she's usually game to helping me out. So my daughter's gonna come. I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment on her that is maybe a little cruel, but she's gonna put up with it. I'm going to take these semi-abrasive things, and I'm going to test these on her arm, and we're going to see from her reaction what she thinks is abrasive or non-abrasive out of these things. So let's see how that goes. So come on in here. Okay, so give me your arm, put it down like so. Okay, so first thing, I haven't told her anything about what this video is about, so she has no idea. She just kind of wandered in. I'm like, I need you to do this for me. So I'm gonna try to put the even amount of pressure. I'm gonna use some of these guys, and I want you to tell me what you think feels abrasive, like this is scratchy, right? So how scratchy is that?
It's pretty scratchy.
Pretty scratchy? Yeah. Okay.
That one hurts.
Okay, so this one?
Not as much, but that hurts more than that.
More than this? So right now that's the least scratchy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as scratchy as that, but it's scratchier than that. Yeah, that doesn't hurt at all. That hurts.
This one? So which one's less scratchy?
That one.
That one? Chainmail?
Can I switch arms?
Yeah. Sorry. It's all for science.
Yeah. That one's not. Yeah, definitely not. This one's more scratchy still.
Okay. So this one.
That one's the least scratchy.
This one?
Yeah, that's less scratchy.
Okay. So.
Oh wait, no, this one's less scratchy.
Okay. So we just did this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and chainmail is
hurts the less
scratchy than all of these guys. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, use the chainmail, and I'm going to clean an area inside here, just in one small area that you're going to see. She's not going to be able to see it. And I'm going to ask her if she can find the space in which I'm rubbing right here. So I'm going around and around in circles in this one spot. And then with the ends of her fingers, she's gonna go all around the inside here and see if she can find it. So I remember exactly where it was. Okay, so see if you can find in there.
Right here.
It's over here.
Oh, weird. That's weird.
Yeah. Okay, so she had picked here. I was right in between the two handles right there. So she wasn't able to find it. There we go. So thanks to my daughter Chloe for coming onto the camera. Again, she's been coming onto this channel for years since she was quite a little girl, and here she is, 16-year-old girl, still playing with her dad on YouTube. So I so much appreciate having Chloe come onto screen and play with me. You know, that was a good experiment, I think. You know, she was a trooper to take one for the team there on her arm as I was, you know, trying to see which one was abrasive. She definitely found the chainmail to be the least abrasive of everything that I was using, and that, I think, proved the point. I knew it was going to end up being that way because I have used these extensively, and I've used all different types of tools in the kitchen, and chainmail I find is the softest. It is very strong because it's metal, but it's a woven fabric, rounded metal loops that doesn't have any sharpness to it. There's no sharp corners whatsoever. So it works incredibly well at polishing cookware and just cleaning cookware in general, all different types of cookware. So using it on enameled, it doesn't do anything to enamel. It's not scratching. And so what I want to do here is show one experiment here of the last experiment on cast iron. If this was going to create a problem, if you use this on your seasoning is for sure way softer than enamel. Enamel is rock hard. It is glass, rock hard. A seasoning on cast iron is a polymerized oil. It is an organic substance, and it is still, you know, even though it's polymerized, it's plastic sort of strength, really. And so if I use chainmail on it and it was abrasive, it should just strip it right off. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's a piece of Stargazer, and I'll polish that guy up there. Not stripping any seasoning. That seasoning is pretty much staying where it is. So I'm taking a bit of carbon off there. So there's some carbon buildup coming off, and that is making that seasoning nice and polished. That's ready for a post seasoning. I haven't done anything in this pan since I used it at lunchtime, so I would now heat this pan. I would put a little bit of seasoning wax or some oil on there, and I would cook that a layer on there. But that is nice and polished and super baby bum smooth, and that is in great shape. So definitely the instructions from companies like Le Creuset, even their Lodge enameled, they don't want you using metal tools on enamel. That totally makes sense. So chainmail, my argument is that it may be metal, but it is a non-abrasive material, and it works incredibly well. So for those that don't want to use it, I'm not trying to convince anybody to use it if you don't want to use it, but if you're interested in a tool that could last you for decades and decades and work incredibly well, and that I know hundreds of customers that have told me, and I've sold this to tens of thousands of customers, people love using chainmail on all different types of cookware, and we have never, ever, ever had anybody come back and be like, oh, I used it on X and it damaged it. That doesn't happen. It is a wonderfully gentle cloth with a lot of strength and durability to it. So it's a wonderful tool. So any questions, any comments about anything that we've talked about here, please leave them below. And if you got a tool that you think is as amazing as chainmail, let me know. I'd love to know about it.
SOS! SOS! I need help!